Hello traders and Market Club members everywhere. Adam Hewison here, coming to you from the digital studios of Market Club. I'm going to show you a very quick and easy way to create a sector portfolio. Here's the sector portfolio that I've created using ETFs, but you can do the same thing using these symbols right here. But how you do it, very simple. You click on the plus button and then you simply add what you want to see. So in this case I'm going to do XLE, which is the Energy Select portfolio, and just double click and it goes right in there. And you can see right away that you have your trade triangles pointing down in the weekly and the monthly. The trend is down, and you can always do this, which you may not know with the Market Club. You can grab this and you can actually move it right over to there so you can see them right away, right before you see the name. Some people like to do that. You can also move the scores where you want the scores to be. Again, it's very, very flexible, and people love this about Market Club. So you do have the flexibility, and then all you have to do is once you get this portfolio in here, you simply go down here and you double click and you name it, and it could be just ETF or ETF Portfolio, whatever you want, and just hit enter, and there you have it. So and then you can move it, just grab it and move it up to where you want it to be. Right, we'll move it right to the top and you'll see. So there it is, ETF. Click there. Now I've already created a sector ETF portfolio, so here it is. Click here and you can see all my ETFs there. So I'm going to close this down, grab and push to the left, gives you more space, and then you can simply look at the trade triangles. You can sort them simply by clicking here. Very powerful system. You can see we have the healthcare select, the consumer staples, and the utility select, all in very positive trends. The other markets aren't quite so positive, and that's where we want to emphasize how important these trade triangles are. So let's just take a look at the first chart, and here's the first chart. This is a very positive one, of course, plus 100. The trend is clearly up, and it would look to me like we're trying to make a base to push this market higher. You can see the base we're talking about. A couple of things here is that we've got, looks like a base here. This is where the resistance is coming in right here. If we can get a nice close over there, then I think we're up and running to the next level, which I think would only be about a $3 or $4 run, but still very solid nonetheless. You are above the 50 line, which is indicating a trend that's up. You put all of our trade triangles in a plus 100. Very strong trend in the health select sector. Now the other trend we see is the consumer staples, and that's in a very bullish trend. You can see we're above the 50 line and also plus 90, strong trend. We have broken up above those highs that we looked at just right here. And these are ETFs, by the way. You can trade these quite easily, but you can see we've broken out above there. I would expect this trend to pick up again and start moving higher. That's, again, we're plus 100, very strong trend, and above the 50 line. That's another trend indicator. This is the utility sector, and you can see this, the symbol XLU. It's a spider, and you can see the trend is very strong, plus 90. It has a little bit, it's running into a little bit of resistance, but nonetheless the trend is positive, and that's the important thing. We are above the 50 line. We're coming back a little bit, so we may get it back to the 50 line again, which would be support, and it would probably offer a buying opportunity at that point. Now this is the materials sector, and you can see it's a little bit mixed here. Now this is the key thing you want to look at. The monthly is positive, the longer term trend is positive, but the intermediate term trend is negative. And that's what you really want to pay close attention to with these triangles. When you have a red weekly triangle, indicates out. The longer term green triangle indicates the bigger trend. The longer term trend is positive, so that's for the longer term. So the longer term trend is positive when it's this arrow here, and when you see a red weekly, it means you get out and you wait until this turns green and you have a very strong upward trend. Again, you're just back to support on the 50 line, so let's see how that plays out. This is consumer discretion, the symbol XLY, and you can see again the same pattern, 75. We're back to the 50 line, just above the 50 line, so it looks like it's trying to regroup. And it looks to me you've got a pretty big box right here. It just sort of hasn't really gone anywhere to speak of. Just kind of possibly a double bottom there, but that's where we are stuck right now in a trading range. Next sector is the industrial sector, and it's XLI, and you can see there again, mixed performance, 65 plus 65, indicating a trading range. We're back on the over the 50 line, indicating potentially a little bit more strength, but again, still the box feeling there is Just look at this. Just very, very kind of trapped within this range. Nothing very interesting. I'd rather wait until we get a green weekly trade triangle to get positive on this market. This is the tech sector, and again, plus 65, you have the problem with your weekly being red, indicating a sideways mode, be on the sidelines, and you're really trying to see where we have good support, which is right here in this sector around 40, and we're currently trading at 41.20. So the longer term trend is still positive right here, but the reality is the shorter term, intermediate term trend is negative, meaning you should be out of this market. And that's the important thing, is to manage your money, and that's to be out. Sideline position, which is also a position, if you think about it, it's a cash position. So let's see how that plays out. Now this is the energy sector, and it's XLE. We've talked about this before. We did a special report. We thought maybe this is giving an indication that we're seeing some turnaround in this thing. A couple of things there. Again, you've got the box effect, sort of trapped in this range. And I would imagine to get back up to 80 is going to have some problems. But for the most part, you've got a monthly and a weekly negative. So the longer term trend is still very much on the downside for the moment. So let's just see how that plays out. But you do have what we talked about, a positive divergence, which means this has been going higher while price has been going lower. So again, that's something to look at. Price is lower, divergence, it hasn't followed suit on the downside. This is the financial sector in XLF, and you can see it's mixed again there. 55, it's a trading range. You're below, I should say, the 50 line, indicating some weakness. So I wouldn't be running in to buy this market anytime soon. I want to see this weekly turn around and become positive. I don't think it's going to happen anytime soon. So that's it. Again, you can sort them by simply clicking here, and you get your different sectors. And if you want to see the strong ones, just keep clicking until you get all the things that you want to see in a line, and there you have it. So again, this is how you can create a sector portfolio very easily and quickly using ETFs with Market Club. Hey, thanks for watching. Every success if you create this portfolio, and if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them below this post. I'm Adam Hewison from Market Club. Have a great trading day.